Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I'm going to have to start this video off slow. I got a dilemma this morning. How am I possibly going to get this video monetized? Like I've told you guys before, a lot of times what I put in the thumbnail and what I say in the first 30 seconds is very important for monetization. So I'm going to start this off a little slow. Here's something. If you're my age, if you're say in your 50s or older, you probably remember this. Back when I first started dating, when I was 16, 17, 18, we used to go to video stores. There used to be VHS tapes, big tapes, not CDs, tapes. And we'd go to these, that was one of the highlights. Like me and my girlfriend we'd go get videos, and then we'd go to we'd take out a pizza. I'd stop at the package store, of course, because I drank every weekend, even at 16 or 17. And we'd go back to my house and we'd watch videos and eat pizza and other stuff. And there was a VHS tape that always made the rounds that all my friends had seen. And it was called Faces of Death. And there was Faces of Death 1, Faces of Death 2. The link will be down below, or you can Google it. And that's what these stories remind me of. Okay. Another thing I want to bring up really quick. I've made friends with another YouTuber. I came across this YouTube channel, and John, I hate to mention you in this fashion. I don't talk a lot. I usually talk about big stories going on in TMZ, and I haven't mentioned your channel, and I hate to mention your channel in this fashion. But I'm pretty sure my friend John Weaver, there's a YouTube channel, I'll have the link right below, The Diary of a Greiver named John Weaver. And I apologize if I'm getting this wrong, but I saw John in the video, in my video feed, and we've kind of become friends. And I saw that he was from Kern County, Wasco. I believe it's Wasco or Kern. I know it's Kern County. So I went on Google Earth. I was curious to see, because he commented on seeing my videos and what it looks like here in New England and Connecticut. So I was curious what it looks like, in his town where he's from. So I, Google Earthed his Kern County out in California. And like I said, I apologize, John, if I'm getting your city wrong. So the link to his channel will be down below. I don't think he's talked about this yet. And I don't even know how to say this. There's two I'm going to put them right on top. And here's the other thing too. I told you guys, I go through a lot of different stories. I don't just find one story to talk about. And this morning, I actually found the unblurred, the uncensored video. It's on the channel on X called Video Forensics. And I'll put that link. That'll be the top link. The two stories I'm going to talk about. The first one, the zombie story, that'll be right on top. The unblurred, I'm warning you, it's from X and it's unblurred. The second story about the Thai boxer, that'll be the second link. So the very first and second link will be the two videos unblurred. I got to say this. My stomach started turning this morning. I'm not saying this to be funny. I can't eat my breakfast this morning. I'm not saying that to be to joke around. As I was going through the video feed about an hour ago, I went through this first story about the train wreck and the zombie. That's all I could say about this story, the zombie story from Wasco, California. And my stomach started to turn. And then when I came across the second video about the boxer and his nose being, I've never seen a nose broken this badly before. His nose was literally over here. And that video will be down below. It's a Thai boxer. Let me talk about this. First things first, the zombie story. The way I understand this was last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Today's Tuesday, so this is about 4 or 5 days ago. There was a pedestrian was hit by a train, I believe it was an Amtrak train in Wasco, California. And this is just such a bizarre story. It really makes me think this is the end times. I've talked about that before, like, with the possibility of Donald Trump. I'm not kidding around. And with everything going on in the weather and Donald Trump possibly becoming president and everything going on in the world, I'm not kidding around. I really think it's the end of days. All right. So in this video, this man, I don't even know how, I got to be very careful how I say this. It's a man that was arrested for possession of a controlled substance. I think he might be homeless. His name is Rosando Tellez, 27-year-old from Wasco, Kern County in Wasco, California. And like I said, the unblurred video will be right on top. And he's carrying around a leg. Apparently that he got from the tree. He scooped it up from the train accident, the person being struck by the Amtrak train. And here's where it gets even weirder. There's a link down below for another story where a person showed up at a shelter with a hand. Now here's where it just gets off the track completely. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to have a pun. Apparently, all the parts from this victim were accounted for. So where did the hand and the leg come from? I saw there's a link down below from Reddit. A person on Reddit said he saw the unblurred video and he thinks the person was just smelling the leg and not actually nibbling it. And yeah, it does. I got to warn you, like I said, the unblurred video is just, I don't want to describe it. I can't describe it and still possibly have this video get posted. I warn you. I'm warning you. It's one of the most disturbing videos I ever saw, even beyond Faces of Death. Okay, and the second video is a boxer, a Thai boxer, Cheyenne Hedera. And I've told you guys before, I got in a lot of scraps. I got a lot of altercations, and I've had my nose badly broke, or what I thought was badly broke. And when I had my nose broke, I had to go back and get it re-straightened. It broke here, and then the doctor called me up that day later, because he said he was looking at the x-rays, and he said he also noticed there was bones in my face that were broken. And he told me this. He said if you start to get double vision, you got to come in right away, because there's a possibility that your eye could sink down into the socket a little bit, because the bone under my eye was, this was one punch from a black belt. I just talked about this in a video a couple days ago. One punch from a black belt. I didn't know he was a black belt. This is one of the video. I don't know which video this was, where I was talking about talking smack. And after I got off the phone, I walked on the floor, so like I almost tiptoed across the floor. I was so scared that my eye was going to sink in the socket. It never did. I went back. They put me out unconscious, and they straightened my nose. And for 6 days, I had a plaster little cast taped down to my nose. Swear to God. And I actually got in a fight after that got taken off too. The day I don't know what was. I was 6'4" back when I was a teenager, and I seem to attract troublemakers. See, I swear to God. And then I asked them how they broke it. I asked them after, when I woke up, and they told me, they said, well, just like you think, we put a cloth to cover your face. We hit you with a mallet, like a rubber mallet, and re-broke your nose, and then lifted it up and set it backward. I swear to God, that's what the surgeons told me after they straightened it. And like I said, the cast was on for 6 days. And then I went to the mall the day after, because I didn't want to go to the mall with a cast on my nose. I looked like a panda, a reverse panda or something. And I get in a scrap over a girl. And me and the guy, I'm telling the guy, like, look, I don't want to get in a fight. I don't want to do this. And sure enough, he swings at me, and I duck. I just duck in time, and it just skims, because I was terrified of getting my nose re-broke. And ducking, I've talked about this before too. Learning to duck a punch is almost more important than learning how to throw a punch. For me, a lot of times I learned that. Anyway, the two videos will be down below. I usually talk about, that's the only thing I can think of. Usually I pick a video where I could share my opinions or my experience with you. And the first one, I don't even know how I'm going to list this. I don't know how what I'm going to title this video. Or the pictures I'm going to use, because I'd really like to get this video monetized, and so you guys are not removed from YouTube altogether. Yeah, so this is John. If I got your town wrong, John Weaver, Like I said, his link will be down below. I apologize, but if I remember right, I think he's from Wasco. I know he's from Kern County, and I don't think he's talked about this yet. Man, if this was happening in my town, that's all well, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be talking about it. All right, I'll be back later with another video, you guys. I swear to God, my stomach is still turning. I'm not kidding. Have a good Tuesday.